What's up everyone? Welcome back to the Araminati YouTube channel. My name is Aram and I'm glad to be back here sharing with you. Hopefully you've been doing some playing. I've been trying my best to keep up with these videos, keeping up with playing and making videos, this and that, but you know, life gets busy. You gotta do what you gotta do. If you like what I'm doing on this channel and want to support it, I'll drop all my links, Cash App, whatever, PayPal. Otherwise, just subscribe, like the video, share it. Click the bell so you get notified. All that stuff helps and it kind of encourages me to keep making videos. But I won't hold you any longer. I want to talk to you about kind of Launchpad licks for lead playing. And these are things that I keep in my back pocket. If I'm kind of running on low fuel in the middle of a solo or something like that, I know I can whip these out and it'll kind of inspire me and put me in a different position of the fretboard. And I always can count on it. So we'll start. First off, this backing track was fire to play to. You can look it up. It's called Fantastic Gospel. It's in the key of D major. I'll put a link to it. Amazing track. It's really fun to play to. Chords in there, we're in the key of D major, B minor. So I'm using that B minor pentatonic as my bass. And the chords go something like this. That's the gist of it right there. So what that is going to be the 1 chord over the 3 chord. 1 over 3. So that's D major over F sharp. Then it goes to G, which is the 4 chord. And the 5 chord to the 6 chord. So A major to B minor. As my first lick, I want to share something that I always go to. It's just one of my favorite sounding things and it kind of brings me nostalgia. I used to be a big Dream Theater nerd. I still like Dream Theater, but I just don't listen to them nearly as much. But there was a solo by John Petrucci in one of their very early albums. It was called Under a Glass Moon. Look that song up. It's on the album Images and Words, and that's probably like the greatest guitar solo ever recorded. But what I took from that solo is this little lick that went something like this. And that's just using fifth intervals. And when I'm trying to find it, I'm visualizing the pentatonic, my main pentatonic here. Right next door, this shape. I'm launching from that. So we're sliding on the B string from that A to B. And then sliding back. You do that quick enough, it sounds really cool. And not only that, you can just kind of keep going like that, but you can also move it all around the pentatonic shapes, something like this. And it'll get you where you're going. It'll get you to a different part of the fretboard, and then you can expand wherever you land. And I'll slow that down for you so you can pick it up. Always don't hesitate to use the slow down version button on YouTube as well to help you out. I use it is starting low and ending high with it. So we're always using that fifth interval. And you probably heard in the intro something like this. That the backing track, the song started on G, so I kind of tried to start my phrases on G. That kind of sounds like something Steve Vai would do if you like double it up, like. So that's one of my favorites, and you can start that anywhere pretty much. I chose G here because the first chord is a G major chord, so it makes sense. Talking about that the first chord is a G major, another thing I was doing is starting with like an arpeggio run and then ending in my home base of pentatonic where I feel the most comfortable. So you could just take a G major arpeggio and elaborate on it a little bit and end up in pentatonic territory and take off from there. Here's something I did. So we did a G major arpeggio, I threw in a D major arpeggio, did a little jazz line, and then ended up in pentatonic and rocking out. I'll slow it down, G major arpeggio, and then I do a chromatic. D major arpeggio. So that's one thing. You could do that from the lower register, same concept, run up a G major, then do a D major, and end up in a B minor. that one. And then another thing that I think is super crucial is just knowing your pentatonics and mapping them out, knowing them inside and out. And this is the way that I got familiar with them. And you could use that as a lick as well. Just the practice routine sounds like a cool lick and will function as a way of getting from point A to point B. So pick a pentatonic shape, right now B minor pentatonic, and I'm just going to start on 2 sets of strings, so E string and B string. I'm going down one, sliding, up the next, sliding, down one. Then I'm back home. You can also test yourself and do the D string and G string, for example, and just go through the pentatonics. The better you know these pentatonics, the more proficient you'll be, the more ideas you'll have, and the better you're gonna get around. That's your first goal, is just get those pentatonics, get every string set, know those patterns inside and out, because it'll have you shredding in no time. So I think that's a good starter. It's just a little insight. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you keep an eye on the channel. I'm gonna have some more stuff coming up soon. Until next time, thank you so much. Take care.